Hello everyone, Arashi here, back again with another Star Wars video. After watching episode 6 of Ahsoka, which was amazing by the way, it really made me start to think, why do I like the character of Shin Hati more than Rey? When you start to think of the overall fan reaction to Shin Hati and to the overall fan reaction of Rey, it is actually a lot more black and white than I think people want to admit that it truly is. And when you really think about it, it is quite insane to think of. I mean, we have Shin Hati, who has 8 episodes of a series, 8 episodes who are only an hour each. And I mean, technically 7 since we didn't see her for all of episode 5 of Ahsoka. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for Shin Hati's character, but we only had that much time. And we have Rey, who had 3 movies. And to add even more on top of that, Rey is also slated to have a whole nother 3 movies that are currently in development as Daisy Ridley has decided to take up the mantle of Rey once again. And no, I will not be calling Rey Skywalker. She is not a Skywalker, she is a Palpatine. And I honestly think that's also a whole nother story point that I'm going to probably get to later on in this video that contributes to why we don't like Rey as much as we do Shin Hati. Now, I know the statement of why Rey isn't liked as much as Shin Hati is a very generalized statement. I know there's some Star Wars fans out there who absolutely love the sequels and they absolutely love Rey. I almost called her Skywalker, but she's not though. But I still don't care. She's not a Skywalker. But let's get back on topic. To be honest, the facts just don't really care. The facts say that a lot of fans care more for Shin Hati than they do for Rey, and that's just the honest truth of what happened. And I want to dive into why that is exactly. So what truly set Rey apart from many other Jedi that have been introduced in the Disney era of Star Wars? I mean, we got Cal Kestis. He's a great character. We got Seer from the games as well. We got Baylan and Shin, obviously, and now we also have potentially Sabine, and even that's even being more well received than Rey. The first Disney era character that I want to talk about is Cal Kestis and why he is so much of a well-liked character. The answer for why we like Cal so much, honestly, is just we got to see him grow. We got 2 games. We got to see him grow as a character. We got to see him go from not knowing how to use the Force to using it. We also got a chance to actually know Cal. We got to understand his character. We got to really dive deep into understanding how he survived Order 66 as a young Jedi Padawan, to not using the Force whatsoever because he was scared and in hiding, to by the time of the second game, we get to see him using all those same abilities, but just to another level, to another extent, and also get to learning new abilities on top of that. And spoiler alert, we get to see Cal struggle with switching between light and the dark. You know, he really likes to embrace the darkness in this second game. And as fans, as consumers of a show, we really want to resonate with the character. That's what really brings us to love characters. We want to resonate with them. We want to understand where they come from. We want to see them struggle. We don't want to just see things simply handed to them. We want to be able to understand and get into the mindset of a character. I mean, this is going to be a bit off topic because it has absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars, but look at a character like Superman, or look like a character like Goku. These 2 characters have all the power in the world, probably 2 of the most powerful characters to ever grace our screens, video games, anything like that. But yet with even all that power, they still have to struggle. They still have fights that they can't win. They still have things where they've died multiple times. They've had points in the story where they really are struggling. And as a character, we resonate with that. As a watcher and a viewer, we resonate with that. Now it really brings you to believe, what did Rey struggle with? Now, I 100% understand. Rey didn't have the best time on Jakku. You know, she was a scavenger. She was scraping by just to get a little piece of disgusting little bread. But the glaring issue is during this time, we learned absolutely nothing else about Rey's character. We learned nothing about her upbringing. We learned nothing about that. They saved that for the absolute end, and I think that was a mistake. Let's take a second and divulge into Anakin Skywalker's character and why he is so much more well-received and liked than Rey. Now, between Rey and Anakin, there's a few stark differences that I'd like to talk about first. But first off, foremost, he had the highest midichlorian count, and that was stated by Qui-Gon Jinn, which gave him the most potential out of any Jedi ever, including Master Yoda. Anakin is the chosen one. And that's the whole point of Star Wars, is literally a revolving around Anakin Skywalker and any kind of decisions he makes. But even then, when we see him growing up and we see him fighting for Padme and see him trying to learn his way through, he's still having to face major trials and tribulations. And even as a chosen one with all this power at his grip and potential through the roof to be the best Jedi ever, he's still having problems saving Padme. He got tortured by visions and constant hearings of his mom's death and even seeing Padme's death, foreseeing it. And even when he went to the council, he was completely rejected for it. And honestly, it's not even a big point as to Rey that's a problem. She goes through a lot. As I said, she was a scavenger. She had to learn how to do things on her own. What makes Rey so unlikable as a character isn't even Rey herself. What it is honestly Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, and bad writing on Disney's part. Rey as herself has all the potential in the freaking world. Now, I've already gone through it a few times in this video already, so I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself here, but it honestly is just, we know what Rey went through. We know what she did, and we know why she did it. We understand her why. She was trying to find her family. She was trying to find who she was, and then turns out she's a Palpatine. Now, it does explain a lot because Palpatine was one of the most powerful Siths of all time, and that was obviously passed down in his bloodline down to Rey. And instead of having Rey try to redeem Palpatine, like how Anakin or how Luke had to redeem Vader and redeem the Skywalker name, Rey continues her identity problems by saying she is Rey Skywalker. And I think this was the biggest miss by Disney at this moment. To me, Rey should have embraced the Palpatine name. She should have continued on and said, instead of saying I'm Rey Skywalker, she says I'm a Palpatine. And what she's working to do now will be, you can even make multiple films on this. You can have her redeeming herself, redeeming the Palpatine name. Same way that Luke had to redeem Vader and restore the Skywalker name and help Anakin truly bring balance to the Force. I truly believe that if Rey would have said her name was Rey Palpatine at the end, it would have been way more well respected and well received. But who knows? As a fan of Star Wars, honestly, I'm most likely going to end up seeing these next 3 movies with Rey in them whenever they come out, and hopefully, I honestly pray for the best that she redeems her character and that a lot of flaws are fixed. Now I get it. This video has been mainly about Rey and Anakin and a few other characters I wanted to talk about. But to be honest, the only reason why I haven't talked about Shin yet is because we're only 6 episodes deep into Ahsoka. We have no idea about Shin, but the pure fact that she's already a more likable character and the fans have received her way more better and way more well liked than Rey has really does speak volumes, because we don't really know anything about Shin just yet. Maybe we'll find some more tonight in episode 7 of Ahsoka. Now I promise I'll be making more videos on Shin Hati and a few more characters like Baylan Skoll in the future. But I just wanted to really talk about how insane it is if you really think about it, how Rey is definitely less liked and not as loved as Shin Hati is, and we've only had a couple episodes of Shin, maybe even 20 minutes of screen time total at max right now, and that's insane when you think about it. Once again, thank you all for watching and, giving me a time of day, and I really do appreciate it. And hopefully we have a lot of interaction in the comments like we did last time on the last videos, and I just want to say I really do appreciate it. And just to add on, I'm going to I promise you guys, I'll be making more videos on Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll, as right now everything's kind of more theories out there and not rooted in facts. Once we have some more concrete evidence and concrete facts about Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll, I'll make more videos on it. But anyway, thank you for watching. May the Force be with you and have a great rest of your day.